Rachel Talbot has been jailed after attempting to smuggle drugs into prison. 50-year-old Rachel Talbot was jailed for 4 months after attempting to take thousands of pounds worth of drugs into HMP Liverpool. During a prison visit, officers discovered several concealed packages during the security checks. Talbot admitted 3 counts of conveying prohibited articles into a prison and said she had initially agreed to operate for £200 before being threatened after trying to withdraw. And comes under the spotlight today. Daniel Killam has been extradited to Ireland amid allegations that he headed an international drugs operation. His wife, Comahay Robinson, had also been living in their family in Dubai, where reports say that the couple owned several luxury properties and maintained an expensive lifestyle. Kinahan is accused of links to a major organised crime network, while attention is now turning to the family's assets and future in Dubai. Mohammed Hassan, who's 23, a student police officer in Greater Manchester Police, has been charged with multiple serious offences following an incident that ended with a police pursuit on the M62. He was off duty at the time of the alleged offence and has been suspended from the force and remanded in custody ahead of a court appearance. 9 men were arrested after almost 3 tonnes of the cocaine, with an estimated street value of £232 million, was discovered hidden inside a banana box at London's Gateway port in Essex. The shipment had arrived from South America. The suspects were later released on bail while investigation continues. Police have issued a fresh appeal for information about a 32-year-old and a 23-year-old Julie Finlay, who was found in a field near Rainsford, St Helens, in August 1994. Investigators believe people may still hold information that they were previously too afraid to or reluctant to share. Detectives say even a small detail could help identify the person responsible and finally bring the long-running case to a conclusion. Andrew Davis, who's 69, formerly known as Andrew Barlow, and Andrew Longmire, died from a brain cancer while serving a life sentence at HM Moorland. Davis had received 13 life sentences for a series of offences against women across northern England. He was released in 2023 after 34 years behind bars, but returned to prison 6 weeks later for breaching licence conditions. His death in February 2026 was officially recorded as being from natural causes. 23-year-old woman was found unresponsive as a residence address in Bollinder Place in Islington, North London, and was pronounced dead at the scene. 6 people, 4 women aged 20, 21, 23 and 26, and 2 men aged 21, 24 were arrested on suspicion of murder after later release on bail, while inquiries continue. Police says the incident appears to be isolated and there is no wider risk to the public. Mohammed Shikai is 23, was jailed for 4 years after being found guilty of a serious offence against 2 women in Falkirk. The court heard both women were walking home alone after a night out when Shikai approached and targeted them in separate incidents. He was also placed on the offenders register, identifying and banned from contacting the victims for 10 years. Kieran Lindsay and Marshall Strachan, both 21, were sentenced to life in prison with a minimum of 18 years after murdering 44-year-old John Taylor outside his home in Kilwinning, North Ayrshire. The court heard the attack was pre-planned and targeted, with the pair fleeing afterwards and attempting to destroy evidence. John Taylor's family described him as a beloved father, son and brother. A 23-year-old woman was found unresponsive at a property in Bollinder Place in Islington, North London, and was pronounced dead at the scene. 6 people, 4 women aged 20, 21, 23 and 26, and 2 men aged 21 and 24 were arrested on suspicion of murder and later released on bail while inquiries continue. Police says the incident appeared to be isolated and there is no wider risk to the public. A man has been arrested after a 16-year-old girl was attacked at Tottenham Court Road underground station in central London. The teenager had noticed she was being followed from an earlier journey before the incident happened at the station. The suspect was later arrested and released on bail while inquiries continue.